Hi, I'm Scott Seaman. I'm a commercial trial lawyer and litigator focusing in insurance and reinsurance law. And when I'm not doing that, I'm sitting in one of my Chicago Bulls chairs from the championship years. Those are 4 chairs that come from the second run of the Bulls championship years in the late 1990s. 2 of them were actually on the stadium floor during the playoffs, and 2 of them were made up by the chair company for the Bulls players and organization after the championship runs were completed. Those are the 2 that have the records both in the regular season and the playoffs. Apart from being a huge Chicago sports fan and a Bulls fan, these chairs have symbolic meaning to me because the second championship run by the Bulls I thought was terrific because it was a return to excellence, it was sustained excellence, and Michael Jordan had to adapt himself to continue at the top of the game, perfect his jump shot and his fadeaway, and it's about sustained excellence. And I use that area rarely sitting there, but I sit there when I need focus, when I need a reminder that I need to dig a little deeper for a better theory, a better argument, a different strategy. It's a place of focus and a reminder to me that really it is about sustained excellence, that we owe our clients championship advice and representation all the time. And so sometimes we'll have team members in here when we're at a critical stage, and we'll sit over there and do some strategizing because again, you need a place to focus and a commitment, and so that's my little area where it reminds me about staying on top of the game. But this, I wanted to have something a little bit special, something that on one hand was somewhat unique, and on the other hand, we didn't make it into a shrine. It's not in a case like some of the other stuff because, again, it's a place to go and to use and to have that as part of my practice and of our values as a firm and as a practice group to deliver that sort of excellence. So I think it's fun to have something that has some significance historically and as a fan, but also something you can use. And so I sit in them, and if you notice one of them, which is from the 1998-99 year, which was the last year, it has a little bit more padding than the others, so I sit in that one most of the time. The last year has the most significance to me because that was, as I say, the 98-99 year, which was the last year. And during the playoffs, I was diagnosed with cancer during that point in time. And so I was hospitalized, I had surgery. And one of the things I put on my admission records was that when I got out of surgery, they better have a TV in the ICU room so I could watch the Bulls game. And it didn't exactly work out that way. I don't think they could get what was Sports Vision at the time, I think. But the other thing, I was probably not exactly with it. But they did bring the TV in time, and I do remember hearing the highlights at the 10 o'clock news and seeing that the Bulls, in fact, won that game. So I thought that, that may not, we all in Chicago had the sense that was going to be the final Bulls championship run and that the team would be dismantled after that. And I thought that was going to be the end of my run on earth. And fortunately, that part wasn't true. But that's another reason other than just the cushion that's my chair. The Chicago-based clients, of course, like them, but I have clients across the country, and including folks that are Knicks fans and LA fans, and so they take their shots at it. But everybody has respect for greatness, and just as we respect great Yankees and Lakers and other teams over the years, no one can deny the greatness of Jordan as a player of the Bulls as a team during the 1990s. So there is that respect element. Nobody's ever declined sitting in them. My wife and I had the honor of presenting Jerry Reinsdorf with a Jefferson Award in Washington, D.C. this summer, which is a Nobel Prize for Public and Community Service. And one of the things that Jerry said when he accepted the award is that sports teams take a lot from a city. The city gives a lot to sports teams, and really there's 2 ways that sports teams can give back. The first is by delivering championships, which of course, is the most important thing for a team to do, and their organizations, the Bulls and the White Sox, try and do that. But of course, that can't happen every year. But win or lose on the field or court, sports teams can and are obligated to do good things for the communities that they're in and help people out. And that's something that the White Sox, through White Sox Charities and charitable bulls do day in and day out. And so I kind of like the way Jerry expressed that thought, and he certainly, those organizations and Jerry live it every day. And so in that way, they make the city and the people in the city winners every day. And I try, and it also strikes a chord with me because I believe as lawyers we're given many opportunities and much is given to us, and we have an obligation. The first obligation is to deliver that championship caliber representation and advice to our clients, and to do it consistently. But we also have an obligation to give back to the community, whether it's doing pro bono work, whether it's doing charitable work. There's many ways to give back, and I think it's incumbent upon all of us to make the world a better place. In my particular case, because of my wife, and not because of me, I joke and tell people as a lawyer the idea of helping others never occurred to me. It's very rare that we have a National Jefferson Award winner in Chicago. The other two winners have been Mayor Daley and Oprah Winfrey. And so we thought it was appropriate to acknowledge that here in Chicago, and wanted to just do it on the field at a White Sox game. Jerry thought that he had received too much attention, but that a person that really deserved it was Christine O'Reilly, who runs White Sox Charities. She's the, you probably know Christine, and she's phenomenal. And he was more excited to see her surprised on the field with an acknowledgement, and that says a lot about him. The way I give back, and mostly at the urging of my wife, is through cancer research. We founded an organization called Chicago Blood Cancer Foundation, and our commitment is to curing the blood cancers, which is lymphoma and leukemia and myeloma, and funding research, which has made a huge difference. And we say that blood cancer research is the superhighway to curing cancer, because virtually every major cancer treatment for all types of cancers have come from lymphoma and leukemia research.